Recording progress. Okay. All right. So the booklet consists of questions sheets for 4 candidates. So for your information, even though I allow you to have like 5 members per group, that's only applicable for your writing. But as for the speaking component for your PB, ingat, PB stands for penilaian berterusan. Okay, for your PB later on, you will have to have maximum number of 4 members per group. Okay, A1T12. How many of you all together in the class? Amirato?
16.
16, okay. What about A2T1? How many of you all together?
15.
15, okay. What about A2T2? How many of you all together in the class?
14.
14, okay. Right, so altogether I'm having 45 students right now. Okay, so as for A1 to 12, shouldn't be a problem. So I'll be having 4 groups and each group will be divided into 4 members respectively. As for A to T1, I will need you to have group 1, 4, group 2, 4, group 3, 4. 4 for 12, group 4 would be 3, okay? And then as for A to T2, okay, you will be having group 1, 4 members, group 2, 4 members, group 3, 3 members, group 4, 3 members as well. So 4 plus 4, 8, 8 plus 6, 14. Okay, are you clear? Are you clear with the division of the group members for each class? Say something. I want to hear your voice. Okay, I presume that everybody understand. Yes, good. So group leader for each class. So you have got to make sure you need to arrange yourselves according to the numbers over here. Okay, as for A1 to 12, shouldn't be a problem. All groups will consist of 4 members. But as for A to T1, all groups except for the last one, all groups would be consisting of 4 members except for the last one, only 3. And then A to T2, since you only have 14 members, so you would have 2 groups which consist of 4 members and another 2 groups which consist of 3 members. I hope you are clear with my instruction there. Okay, because why we are very particular about the numbering. This is because when you are given the question later on, the maximum candidate for each session, they will be up until candidate D only. So that means there are only 4 candidates per session. Okay, we cannot have more than 4. All right, so that's why we are going to have the grouping like this. Okay, so each question sheet has to be detached from this booklet and placed accordingly on the candidates table. And then candidates should be reminded not to write on the question sheet, as this will be used by the next group of candidates in the same session. Okay, so basically, let's say on that particular date itself, we have 48, we have, let's say 38 candidates altogether. So because we have 38, so 38 divided by 4 members, so 9 plus 4, 36. Okay, so that means we have 8 groups which has 4 candidates, A until D, and then we have 2 groups, okay, which consists of 24. No. 9 times 4 berapa? 36, right? Okay, so 2 groups would consist of 3 members, whatever lah. Okay, now the trick is you will see that the similarity of each paper, each question. Okay, let me zoom in first. Okay, right. Hang on ya. Alia Maisara, mana ni? Okay, so Where's my this one? Where's my, oh no, no, not that one, not that one. Okay, I can see my voice right now. Okay, okay, like that. Okay, I just have got to that one. Where's my, okay. Now, let's zoom it in over here. So you can see, this is the question for candidate A. Okay, so for each candidate, you will be having two parts of questions for speaking. You have part one, individual presentation. Okay, and as you can see, for each candidate for part one, you will be asked the similar questions. So I will show you one by one. Candidate A, you have 2 minutes to prepare, you have 2 minutes to talk. So the situation would be, it is important to be healthy. Suggest some ways to keep healthy. So you will be talking about the importance of what and when people eat. Okay, so let's look at candidate B. Sorry. Okay, all right, so let's look at candidate B. Let's zoom it in. Okay, same goes to candidate B. Your question would be similar to candidate A as well. It is important to be healthy. Suggest some ways to keep healthy, but you'll be talking about different points. Just now you'll be talking about what and when to eat. This time around, candidate B will be talking about the importance of exercise. Okay, let's zoom it out first and we go to the candidate C. Okay, let's zoom it in. Sorry. Okay, so you can see in as for candidate C, the question would be still similar. Suggest some ways to keep healthy, but as for candidate C, you'll be talking about the importance of seeing the doctor regularly. Okay, and let's talk about candidate D. Candidate D, and then we zoom it in, and then we drag this somewhere over here. Okay, so the situation would still be the same. It's important to be healthy. Suggest some ways to keep healthy. So you will be talking about the importance of getting enough rest. You'll be talking about the importance of getting enough rest. Okay, so don't worry. I'll be explaining to you how to basically elaborate your ideas later on. Okay, now, so that's for part one. Let's look at part two. Part two lagi lah. All of you will be getting the similar question. Okay, I want to zoom it in first. Where's my cursor? Okay, so let's zoom it in. Let's drag this over here. Okay, this is actually the questions for part two. Okay, now, so the questions for part two, this is for candidate A. Basically, candidate A, candidate B, candidate C, candidate D will be getting the similar question. Okay, so I'll just type it out over here. I just write it out over here. This would be similar question for candidate B, candidate C, and candidate D as well. Okay, just now for part one, even though you will be given the similar situation, but in terms of the points that you are going to talk about, it's going to be a little bit different. Everybody will be talking about different point of view, okay, different methods. But as for part two, it's going to be a group discussion. So just now it's individual, so you'll be talking about different points. But as for the group discussion, okay, after everybody from candidate A until candidate D, okay, are done with your individual presentation. Okay, now you will be moving on to the group discussion part two. So each of you, all of you will be given 3 minutes to prepare. Okay, you'll be giving this kind of questions. In your discussion, you may support or oppose the other task taker's view. Support means you want to agree, or oppose means you may want to disagree. Okay, you may want to agree with your other candidate's point of view, or you may want to disagree. Okay, so some ideas have been provided in the mind map below, but you may use ideas or come up with your own ideas. So the ideas, If you are running out of ideas, you don't know what to talk about, don't worry, they have actually provided you with some points, but it's better if you can add it up, with your own thoughts and opinion. Okay, we will be getting into this in detail later on. So at the end of the discussion, try to decide on the best suggestion. Okay, after, because one of you may agree that how can healthcare best be improved? How can healthcare best be improved means macam mana sistem kesihatan negara kita can best be improved. So one of you may agree that we should be having more doctors. Okay, you will be elaborating. Why do you think we need more doctors? Okay, especially when it comes to handling the pandemic that we are suffering from these days. Okay, and then maybe candidate B thinks that, hey, I don't think that we need more doctors. We already have enough doctors. What we need is actually hospital buildings. So you may want to support your ideas with your justification, or maybe your evidence. Maybe for those who live in Gua Musang, or those who live in Dungun, or those who live in Jeli, you may think that the hospital buildings at your respective district couldn't actually afford to have more patients. So that's why you think we need more hospital building. Okay, or maybe you think that we need to train nurses better, because you may think that we do have enough nurses, but you think that the nurses are not that well trained, based on your observation, or maybe based on your own experience. You may want to, but I think you shouldn't be talking about your personal experience. You should be talking about facts, not your personal experience. Facts means fakta. Okay, according to this, according to that. Or maybe you need to, maybe you would agree that some of you would agree. Okay, but during the discussion, you can actually agree or disagree. For example, oh, I don't think, or maybe I disagree with your opinion. This is because I think we still need hospital building, even though you would say that more doctors would be needed, but if we don't have place for the doctors to work at, there will be no point as well. So that this is where you would actually debate with other candidates, okay, in a healthy way. You are not trying to put others down. Don't put others down, okay? So if, let's say, one of you is actually a dominant candidate, okay, one of you is a dominant speaker. So if, let's say, that you are actually able to talk about everything, and you will see that other candidates are shying themselves away. So as a good candidate, or as a good speaker, you would be prompting. Prompting means you would be triggering your other fellow candidates with questions. For example, okay, this is what I've been believing in. What about you, Haris? Or what about you, Lynn Shazlin? Okay, do you agree with my statement? So that's how you are going to actually help your other candidates. You will be given more marks if you can actually make other students or make other candidates talk more. It's not just about you who will be dominating the whole conversation. Understand? Understand, guys? Say something.
Yeah.
All right, good.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay. Okay, so that's how you are going to have your discussion. So before you get into the real discussion, you will be given like 3 minutes to prepare your ideas first. Maybe you want, at first you would agree that we need to have more buildings other than that. So you will be talking about you will be pro about the hospital buildings, and you will be talking about the why do you think that more doctors is not that important? Why do you think that education is not that important matter to to be related to how can healthcare best be improved? Or why do you think that cost of medicine is not relevant to be talking about, or this and that? Okay, so that's how you're going to debate about the point of view. Okay, so for part one, basically each candidate, they will be taking turns. Okay, candidate A will talk first, followed by candidate B, followed by candidate C, followed by candidate D. Okay, so each of you will be given 2 minutes, maximum 2 minutes. We will have you will see the examiners will be having with them the clock, the what's the word? The timer. Okay, the timer with them so that they can actually time your recording, your presentation. Okay, so the advantage is on the candidate D, because when candidate A is presenting, okay, he will have another 2 minutes extra to prepare for their points. So when candidate B is presenting his or her presentation, he will get another 2 minutes of extra time. And when candidate C is presenting, of course, candidate D will be getting another 2 minutes extra. So altogether, including the 2 minutes to prepare, candidate D will have 8 minutes extra altogether. But if you don't actually practice to speak, you know, before the exam, okay, no matter how long you are given the extra time, you wouldn't be able to answer the questions if you don't train yourself. If you don't train yourselves from now. So that's why for today's lesson, I want you to train yourselves. I want right after this, I will be asking you guys to create your own Zoom presentation. Okay, you will be recording just like what I've been doing right now. Okay, so each group member, you will be you will have your you will have your group leader, and the group leader will be sharing the Zoom link. And then before you get started, you have got to record. Okay, this is where, if you can see the screen that I'm sharing right here, this is the pause recording, stop recording, reaction, and everything. Oh, we have the reaction button actually. So if let's say you want to raise hand, you can actually click over here. Okay. If let's say you want to, this is a reaction. If you let's say you want to respond to me, you can give a heart to me, or maybe da 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 da. Okay, can you please use your phone or laptop to give some reactions, whether I can actually see. Okay, 2 participants raise hand. Okay, so Nur Atira, okay, I can see Shahid, I can see Nur Akmal Fatihah, I can see Amiratul Balkis. Okay, who else? Okay, so I can see some of you giving me a laugh, some of you are giving me a confetti, some of you are giving me a heart shape. Okay, so that shows that you are still with me. Okay, good. Now, so make sure right after this, okay, hang on, where's this one? Okay, all right, okay, 6 participants raise hand so far. Okay, all right, I will zoom it in. A gift from Zoom. We've removed oh yes, love it. Running out of time, we've removed the 40-minute time limit on your group meeting. Yes, thank you, Zoom. Zoom has been so generous for us. They have actually removed the time limit for us. So yeah, I think Zoom is a good platform actually, because let's say if let's say right after this, in a group of 4 members, you can actually have things like this. I can actually see who's with me, so when you present, when you record your presentations later on, I want everybody to turn on the camera. Turn on the camera. Okay. So the group leader, preferably candidate A, you would be. Yes, I'm Shami. Okay, so candidate A later, you will be the one who enable the Zoom, the link the link. Okay, and then you will be sharing the link. Okay, and then number 3, you will be recording on the whole session. Things like that. Okay, now, so okay, let's go back. Where's my that one? Okay, all right. So I would like to, okay, this one. So I would like to enable insert menu. Okay, PDF. PDF. All right. Okay, so this one. Okay, this one. Open. Right. Insert all pages. All pages. All pages, please. All pages. No. Hang on. Once again. Okay. Okay. PDF. Okay, speaking notes. Open. I want hang on. Where's my cursor? Okay, insert all pages. Right, so we can actually zoom this in. Okay, this is actually taken from, okay, this, oh, sorry. Sorry. Hang on, hang on. Okay, all right. No, a little bit over here. Okay, hang on. Meeting controls. Okay, cancel. Where's that one? Okay, all right. Now, okay, this is the note that I am going to share with you later on. Okay, as for now, I would want to explain to you. Okay, I will zoom this in. All right, so this is actually the note from the speaking component. So for your information, this note is taken from this book. Okay, the one that I've asked you to purchase. Okay, so for those who can actually afford to buy the book right now, okay, I would say just go and buy it on the link that I've shared with you on my channel, on my Telegram channel the other day. Okay, but for those who still have problems with with money and stuff, you can actually wait for me to share the notes for you. But I tell you what, this book is actually it comes very handy. It helps you a lot in preparing yourselves for your web examination. Okay, because this book follows the latest format of MWET. Okay, so as you can see over here, the reason why you are going to sit for your MWET paper later on is because it wants to test the candidate's ability to present their opinions individually and to discuss a given situation in a small group to to reach a consensus. Okay, consensus over here, consensus. Consensus here means agreement. Agreement. Okay. So when you have been debating your point of view, you have been trying to agree and disagreeing your other candidates' point of view, you would come up with a mutual consensus like this at the end of the session. Okay, and the best on the best suggestion, opinion, or view or solution to the situation. The topics range from personal experience to more abstract topics pertinent to secondary or early tertiary level. Okay, now, how many of you do not know what's the meaning of tertiary? Okay, can you please press your reaction over here? How many of you who do not know what's the meaning of tertiary? Okay, looks like many of you do not actually know what's the meaning of tertiary. Okay, no problem. I will explain to you. Tertiary means, okay, you know that you used to sit for your primary. Primary is your sekolah rendah. And then you will move on to your secondary education. This is your sekolah menengah, pendidikan menengah. And then tertiary is actually pendidikan university, tertiary. Primary, number one, secondary, number two, tertiary from the word third. Tertiary means the third level of your education. So the third level, everybody knows that it may include your studies in your matriculation. Okay. Foundation. Form 6 for diploma, and followed by your degree level later. Okay. This matriculation, foundation, form 6, diploma, this is called pre-tertiary education. Degree is the actual, okay, degree is actually the actual tertiary education, and masters and PhD are considered post-tertiary education. Okay, tertiary, it derives from the word third, means the third layer of your education system. Understand? If understand, please give me a love, a reaction of love. Okay, good. Alif. Who else? So Atira. Those who don't understand, please give me the reaction of, of course you understand. I don't want to explain further. Now, let's look at this graphic that I'm sharing right here. Okay, so we have basically you will be seated. The sitting plan would be something like this. You will be in between of, okay, candidate A, candidate B, candidate C, candidate D would be seated in between examiner 1 and examiner 2. Normally, examiner 1 will be doing all the talkings, all the talkings, whereby examiner 2 will be there for the purpose of moderating the marks. Moderating the marks means examiner 1 will be giving the marks as well. Examiner 2 will be giving the marks as well. And then once the session is over, before we ask another group to come in, we'll be discussing the marks for each candidate first. So the final say, the one who will be having the final say is actually the examiner 1. But if let's say the examiner 2 can actually justify, let's say examiner 1 give candidate A 5 out of 10. But if examiner 2 can actually convince and justify that candidate A should actually be getting 7 over 10, and he or she as examiner 2 will be justifying or backing you guys up if you think that, okay, examiner 1 may have actually overlooked some important notes, some important strength that you have actually come up with. But still, at the end of the day, examiner 1 will have the final say. Okay, examiner 1 will be guiding you guys with this and that as well. Hey, Zuhaira, are you jotting something over here? But it's okay. Now, okay, we zoom it out first. Okay, and then we drag this up over here. Okay, now, just like what I have been explaining to you on the previous document, you will be sitting for 2 parts. Yeah, part 1, that would be your individual presentation, and part 2, that will be your group discussion. So both tasks contain different situations that are thematically linked. Thematically comes from the word theme. Thematically comes from the word theme. Theme means tema. So if you still remember, if you notice just now, in part 1, we are talking about importance of keeping ourselves healthy, right? And then part 2, this one is part 1. We talk about healthcare system. Okay, basically they are actually interrelated, thematically related to one another, even though the questions would be different, but in terms of the theme, it's still related to each other, linked to each other. Okay, and then a different suggested ideas is given to each candidate for individual presentations. For group discussions, 5 suggested ideas are stated in mind maps, and candidates may select one of the ideas or give an idea of their own. So you don't have to use all. You may select only one. Maybe you think from all those points given, point 1 would be the strongest one. And then you support it with main ideas and your I can see the chat over here over there. Oh, sorry, sir. I accidentally. Don't worry. I wouldn't scold you. Okay. Now, so far, how do you think about Zoom applications? Do you think it's actually more fun than Google Meet? Marina, what about you? Marina, do you think which one is provides you better experience, Google Meet or Zoom? Okay, all right. What about you, Nuro Shafira? Do you want to say something?
No, sir, no.
Okay. So far, are you okay with my explanation, Shafira? Okay, all right. So let's continue. Now, right. So for the individual presentation, we are talking about individual presentations. Okay, you are given the same situation, but each candidate will receive a different suggestion, opinion, view, or solution. Remember, even though you will be given the same situation, but candidate A will be talking about this part from this point of view. Candidate B will be talking from another point of view. Candidate C will be talking from another point of view. Candidate D will be talking about another point of view. Okay, so in order to tackle part 1 effectively, follow these 3 stages of planning, preparing, and presenting as follows. Okay, so stage 1, planning. All right, of course, when you receive your question, don't be nervous. Okay, my suggestion is you shouldn't be nervous at all. That's why I want you to prepare yourself. I want you to be conducting your presentations later on. You will be recording your presentations later on. Okay, so that you will have enough practice right before you sit for your actual MWEC examinations later. Okay, so when it comes to planning, you need to understand the task given by underlining keywords to analyze what is the main issue stated in the situation given. Okay, let's go back to our this one just now. Hang on. Where's that one? Hey, where's that? Okay, this one. Okay, so as you can see over right from here, because it's still small. Okay, so let's look at candidate. Okay, over here, right? This is big enough. Okay, so let's say you are chosen as candidate. You are appointed as candidate D, right? So once the examiner allow you to open up the question paper, you will see your part 1 first. Don't worry so much about part 2. You'll be given time to discuss about part 2 later on as well. So first of all, you would see your situation and you would see your task. Okay, this is actually the task of yours. Okay, so you will be given 2 minutes to prepare. You will be given 2 minutes to talk. Okay, so your situation would be, it is important to be healthy. So the key point is to be healthy. So once you you open up your question paper, look for the keyword first and you underline like this, to be healthy. And then you know that what is your task? You have got to suggest some ways to keep healthy. So some ways to keep healthy is meant for everybody. And then this is your particular question. You have to give a presentation to your class. So this means you need to come up with a greeting. Greeting means you need to say hello or good morning to everybody who is in the room at that moment. And then talk about the importance of getting enough rest. So you will be talking about the importance of getting enough rest. So make sure you will talk about you have got to provide with 3 main ideas. And each ideas, main idea 1, main idea 2, main idea 3 is supported with supporting details. Okay, you can actually use the 6 steps of constructing a complete paragraph. Do you still remember what are those 6 elements? Do you still remember? Number 1, what is it, guys? Najat Auni. 6 elements of complete paragraph. What is it? The first one. Oh, you don't remember it. Okay. Correct. Cohesive devices. Okay. So you need to have, let's say you're talking about 3 main points. You can use for the first main point, you can use first of all. Okay, so we drag this out over here. Okay, now so first of all, so for main 2, you want to use besides, and the last one you may want to use last but not least. Okay, all right, and then number 2, that would be your topic sentence. Topic sentence over here, that would be your the importance of getting enough rest. This is your actually topic sentence. And then the main point 1, main point 2, main point 3, this stands for your thesis statement. So the points that you basically managed to come out for main point 1, main point 2, main point 3 are considered your thesis statement. And then all thesis statements, okay, must be spotted with SD. SD stands for supporting details, yeah? Yeah, Najat Auni, are you talking to me?
Yes, I remember.
Okay, good. Now you remember. Good. Ask to unmute. All right. So good. Now you remember it. Good. Okay. So I will small
Yes,
rounded.
continue.
Okay, I can continue. Okay, and then you have got to provide with example of situation. And last one, that would be your concluding remarks or consequences of the situation. Okay. Now, so by right, I want you to memorize all these 6 elements by heart already. I don't want you to figure out anymore. I don't want you to refer to your notes anymore. By now, you should be able to memorize it by heart. When you want to construct your ideas, when you want to construct your sentence, your paragraphs, these are the elements that you need to bear in mind when you want to construct your ideas. So this is not just limited to your writing essay. You can actually use this point when you want to attempt for your speaking presentation as well. So that's how you are going to construct your ideas. Okay, now so let's look at the previous notes that I have attached. Okay. So far, you guys with me? It's actually unmuting your that one. Who is actually unmuting? Okay, I think all right. Okay. I want to see who's actually unmute your microphone because I thought okay, nobody's actually unmuting. Right, good. So let's go back to the notes. Don't worry, I'll be sharing this note to you guys later on. Okay, so once you have actually prepared your ideas, what you have got to do is you have got to brainstorm your ideas first. You know, you go to, you check your questions and then you begin to brainstorm for ideas by writing down the keywords or you come up with a mind map. Okay, how do you basically organize your ideas in 2 minutes of time only? So if you want to list down all those 6 elements for each main idea, that's going to be quite lengthy. You are going to use a lot of time. So this is a simplified way to prepare your ideas. So make sure you come up with main ideas, main idea 1, 2, and 3, and each main idea is supported with each main idea is supported with examples, okay, with supporting details, supporting details. So supporting details, make sure you don't use more than 2. Supporting details is a derivation of what, where, when, why, and who. And we also use how. Okay, but my advice is don't use all. Maybe for questions, for example, what or when to eat, you just focus on what and when, and you give out examples of situations as well. Situation or examples of types of healthy food. And then you will be giving one examples of situation. If let's say people keep consuming healthy food, what would happen to the body? And then what would happen to the body is your concluding remarks or consequences. That's how easy it is. And make sure this is actually the outline. You have got to greet the examiners and other candidates. Then you state the task given introduction. And then you talk about main idea 1 and elaboration. You talk about main idea 2 and elaboration. You talk about main idea 3 and elaboration. And then you summarize main ideas and conclude. And then you thank the examiners. So this is actually the examples. Make sure now, I noticed based on my observation being an English teacher for almost 12, for more than 12 years already, okay, I have noticed the trend of the students, especially the Malay ones, you know, they would love to buy the time, they would love to waste time by doing this kind of salutation. Salutation is giving salam, giving salam. So, when it comes to his or her turn, mulalah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to everyone. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil mursalin wa ala alihi wasahbihi ajma'in. Amma ba, ibadallah has something like that. Okay, it's not that I am not appreciating how religious you really are, but you have got to bear in mind you only have 2 minutes to present your ideas. If you spend, like, for example, 20 seconds to conduct your salutations only with all the prayers and stuff, you will be wasting a lot of time. 20 seconds means a lot of time, man. Okay, so make sure you should be greeting. Okay, you should be doing the greeting as brief as possible. Okay, please come up with a brief greeting. Brief means simple only, because what matters the most is actually the points that you are going to elaborate later on. The main point 1, main point 2, main point 3. The best way is actually, good morning, I bid to the fellow examiners. and also to my respective candidates in this room. Okay, in my opinion, so you will straight away jump into the bandwagon. Jump into the bandwagon. Bandwagon means you straight away talk about your discussed topic. Okay, this is more important rather than to waste your time reciting the prayers, you know, salutation. For example, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and very good morning to everyone. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil mursalin wa ala alihi ajma'in. Amma ba ibadallah ittaqullah, something like that. Oh, how are you? Have you taken your breakfast and everything? So that is going to be wasting a lot of your time. Understand? So please make sure you go straight to the point to what you are talking about. So make sure your greeting should be very brief and sweet. And again, the keyword is straight to the point. Understand, guys? If yes, please give me some reactions. Love. I don't see any reactions given to me so far.
Sir,
Yes?
why I don't have a love reaction?
Hang on. Hang on, yeah. Okay, hang on. Playing music. No, I'm not playing music. Lower hand. What is it? Whatever lah. I hope that you guys are still there. Now, so once you are done with your preparation of your main ideas and elaboration, this is when you are going to present your ideas. You know, when it comes to your turn, please make sure what you should do while presenting. Number one, don't be nervous. Whatever it is, don't be nervous. Okay, how to make sure you don't be nervous? Practice a lot. Okay, all right. Do you think that the gold medalists, the Olympians who participated in Olympic Games the other day, they just, you know, relax all the time. They just, you know, mingling around, and, you know, the night before that, they just have 1 or 2 time of practices or rehearsals, and they can actually score the gold medals? Of course not. You know, one of the Olympian gold medalists, Usain Bolt, you know, the former gold medalist for sprint category, he used to share the tips with everybody, you know, who wants to be successful in what they are doing. He said that, you know, in order for him to score gold medal, he had to run during the game for only 10 seconds. But for that precious 10 seconds, he would train himself for 5 years. You get what I mean? 5 years. Understand? Understand, Aizal, Najat, Auni, Jalila, Zushima?
Understand.
Okay, so that's what you should do as well. For 10 minutes of presentation during your speaking session of your MWET later on, you have got to train yourself beginning from now. You know, that's why I want you to keep on speaking English. I don't mind at all if you speak broken English with me, but it really breaks my heart into pieces if you don't give yourself a try at all. For example, if there is any one of you who still texts me on the Telegram by using DM, I think that is actually very insulting. You're actually insulting me as an English lecturer, okay, because you don't show any effort to practice your English proficiency at all. It's not that I am being angry with you. Of course, I wouldn't be angry with you guys. I love you guys so much, yeah. But of course, I want to see you improve. So by telling you this kind of way, I want you to keep on practicing. I don't mind to see you guys texting me in broken English with full of errors, grammatical errors here and there. What matters to me is your effort to contact me, to communicate with me, and to the rest of your group members with the target language, which is in English. Because English is not meant to be learned. English or any foreign language is meant to be practiced. That's the only way you guys can actually improve yourselves. You know, right? So when you present, make sure, of course, this is applicable for advanced speaker. Use grammatically correct language, pronunciation, and intonation. And then use a variety of vocabulary and sentence structures. Use appropriate pauses. Speak confidently in a calm and clear voice. Maintain effective eye contact and sit up straight and use some relevant hand gestures. Okay. Now, 2 minutes is not that long. Okay, that's why what I strongly believe the only way that you can actually be more confident when you speak up is you need to have the content. You need to have the substance when you are presenting an issue. So that's why before I train you before I ask you to practice speaking, I would want you to come up with your ideas first. I want you to jot down, to brainstorm your ideas first. The reason why many people, are not able to speak in English properly is because they do not have any content, or any substances right at the back of their mind about what they should be talking about. And to me, what matters to me when we talk about accuracy versus fluency. Okay, fluency means fluent, petah. Accuracy means you are being very particular with the grammatical errors, with the sentence structures, with the vocab selection and stuff. I would say that I would be focusing more on fluency. Fluency means you don't pay so much attention to the grammar. You don't pay so much attention to the sentence structure. It's more about the ability for the students to speak up their mind first. When you keep on practicing, that's when you are going to grow yourself up. That's where you're going to improve yourself up as well. Okay. No, and now, no pula dah. Okay. So this is actually the example. Just some ways students can improve their English proficiency. So candidate A, your point would be socializing with English speaking friends. Okay, this is just like what we have been talking about. Okay, so that's what I've been, that's what I mean by asking you to keep on practicing to talk in English. The language is supposed to be, let me write it down over here. The language is supposed to be practiced, not learned. Okay. All right. I want you to bear in mind, the language is supposed to be practiced, not learned. Okay. Once you have been practicing a lot, once you have got, a rough basic, a rough pattern, you can actually talk about this and that. Only then we are going to polish your language in terms of the accuracy. Okay. Right. So as for now, go for the fluency part first. Okay. So this is actually the sample of 2-minute presentation. Okay, this one is not that clear, but I will be giving you the notes on the PDF, in the form of PDF file later on. So what you are going to do is, so your questions are all about ways students can improve their language proficiency. So this is the sample of answers. So you see over here, good morning, teachers and friends. The task states that it's important to be proficient in English. Okay, can you see that the candidate A is not actually wasting his time, greeting people unnecessarily. Okay, so it should be brief and straightforward like this. Okay, you would see from here. Okay, where is it? Where is it? Main point. My main point is okay. It should be replaced with first of all. This one, if you can see, the speaker or the candidate use besides that the cohesive biases. Last one, he would be using the in addition. Okay, right, and to summarize, where's my arrow to summarize? So you would see, okay, the candidate is being very systematic, is very being organized. Okay, they know how, he really knows how to divide or arrange his thoughts properly. That's why I teach you, if possible, you use 6 elements there, elements of constructing paragraph. Yeah, I've been always telling you to memorize it. So you would see over here, students can practice their speaking skills when they socialize with their English speaking friends. This is actually the thesis statement. So thesis statement is actually the main point. Okay, main point 1. So this means that, okay, this means it answers the questions of what. What does it mean? So this means that that as they interact with their friends, they get to practice using the language naturally. One reason is students need to respond immediately. This answers the word why. Why do you think people need to speak, mingle themselves with English speaking friends? This is because students need to respond immediately when their friends ask the questions. Okay, so this is actually the examples of situation. They take effort to speak in proper English so that the message is well received and understood. Thus is actually answering the questions of concluding remarks or consequences. All right. Okay. So same goes to this part and that part as well. All right. And then I will be sharing with you guys on the Google, on the Telegram group, these 2 notes. Okay, when you want to record your part later on, make sure you use as useful expressions like this. In my opinion, I believe that, I would say that, and then if you want to provide extra reason, you may use this is because, this is due to, and then you want to elaborate. This means that to elaborate. Okay, and all right, because I don't want to waste my time explaining things that you can actually read it up by yourselves. Okay, where's our group? Okay, so this is our group. I will be sharing with you guys right away. All right. Hey, hi. Where is it? Okay, now. Right, so you can actually refer to the notes. Hang on there. Okay, that's the speaking notes. Okay, that's a sample of the speaking format. And then as for this one, I want to basically share how to basically share this one. Okay. Export all this into image PNG, but you need to zoom it in to see the notes that have been notes. Okay. Today is 12 Sept 2021. Okay, I'll be sharing it on my desktop. Okay, so this is actually the notes. Where's that one? Okay, so I'll be sharing this with you guys as well. Okay, so you can see, even though this looks quite small, But once you zoom this in, okay, you will see. Hey. Okay, you will see this one. Notes. Hopefully it can actually be zooming in and it doesn't broken like this. It's not going to be broken like this. Okay, whatever it is, you can actually put to this part and also to the video. Okay, let's go back to the main. All right. Meeting controls. Where's the main one? Okay. How to enlarge it back. Okay, stop sharing. Oh, over here. Okay, stop sharing. All right. Okay, where's my that one? Okay. This is me. Right. So far, are you clear with my explanation? If yes, please press any reactions over here. I want to see some reactions from you. Okay, I can see Jalila is giving me thumbs up. Dia Atira, Titi, give me love. Norazila, Farawahida, Alif Najmi, Okay, and then, okay, I want to see reactions from another page as well. Lin Shazlin, you are laughing while crying as well. I don't understand why. Ahmad Irfan Naufal is giving me heart shape. Some love, Nurul Amalin as well. Norazila. Okay, good. Right. Now, so, okay, Iman Kisina as well. Now, this means I don't have to explain further about what you should be doing, right? Okay, now, by using the sample questions of MUE examination just now, I want you to get yourselves into your respective groups. Remember, A2 to 12, I expect you to come up with 4 groups. A2 T1, you will be having 4 groups as well. 4 groups consist of 4 members. 1 group consists of 3 groups consist of 4 members. 1 group consists of 3 members. And as for A2T2, 2 groups consist of 4 members, and another 2 groups will be consisting of 3 members respectively. So by saying that, I want you to record your discussion of question 1 only, part 1 only. Okay, what's the question just now? Okay, let me read it up. What's the question just now? Okay, the question is this one. Okay, hang on. It's important to be healthy. Suggest some ways to keep healthy. So candidate A will be talking about the importance of what and when people eat. Candidate B will be talking about the importance of exercise. Candidate C will be talking about the importance of seeing the doctor regularly. And then candidate D will be talking about the importance of getting enough rest. Okay. Now, so you decide among yourselves who's going to be the candidate 1, who's going to be the candidate 2, who's going to be candidate C and D. And then candidate A, preferably those who, I don't know whether you can actually record the meeting from your phone or tablet. Okay, let me test. I mean, can somebody who's using a phone or tab, can you please check whether there is a record button available on your phone? Can you see the record button? Someone please respond to me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it shouldn't be a problem. Anybody can actually be recording the video, and then later on, once the video is done, once the discussion is done, I will be you will be sending the videos to me on the Google form, okay, on the Google form. But I have not created the Google form just yet, because the problem is when all groups sending me your videos, I will be quite confused. Okay, which group, which video belongs to which group? Okay, so I think I may want to enable, I want to enable the Google form where you can actually upload your videos over there, or maybe the link over there, so that it's much easier for me to trace which group belongs to which videos. Okay, right. So I think and make sure you have got to turn on your camera like this. So okay, can you please everybody turn on your camera first so that you can see the screen, that actually we can actually see the screen of everybody. You know, I am recording right now. So this is the reason why I want everybody to turn on the camera first. Turn on the camera. Just wear anything on your, okay, I can see Shahir over there. Hello, Shahir. I can see Hafizul Aiman over there. Ratira. Okay, hello. Najat Auni. That's you over there. Alif Najmi. Zuhaira, hello. Faris Irfan, oh, that's you, Faris Irfan. Okay, finally I got to know who you really are. Siti Nur Iza, Nur Akma, okay? And then hang on, I want to go to the next page. Najat Auni, Imran Naufal, who's wearing the jersey today, Norazila, hello Norazila. Nurul Shafira, Najat Auni, Siti Nur Iza. Why do you stay in the dark room? And then, Jenna Alicia, why are you not turning on your camera? I want to see your beautiful face over there. Okay, so I think Zoom is actually offering us, okay, I can see Wonder Aina over there. Okay, Hafizul Aiman. Where is Amirul? Is Amirul not in the group today? I thought I saw him. That is Shazwan. Hello, Shazwan. You look like K-Click, whatever the name is. Okay, okay, no problem. All right, so all right, so you, okay, that's Amirul. All right, the Atira. So you see, when we use Zoom like this, when you connect, when you conduct a discussion later, so everybody must turn on the camera. Once the candidate is talking, we can see the reaction of you guys as well. Okay, candidate B, C, and D, so that everybody is actually paying the attention to what other people are talking about. Understand? If yes, please raise up your hand physically like this. Right, I can see everybody's actually raising up your hands like this. Yes, good. Okay, so I'll stop here. I'll let you guys discuss among your group members, okay, about who's going to be the candidate A, who's going to be the candidate B, who's going to be the C and D, and then who's going to record the discussion, who's going to upload and everything. It's up to you. All right. And before you record your presentation, please allow yourselves to prepare your ideas first on a piece of paper and something. Okay. All right. So can I stop here? Can I stop here, guys?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I leave you guys to discuss among yourselves right now. Okay. So till then, I am expecting you to, okay, I'll give you up until 6 p.m. Okay. Maybe you want to rest for a while. Maybe you want to, or those who want to finish up everything and then you want to rest later, you can actually do it now. Okay. But the due time is actually by 6 p.m. today. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for joining my lesson. I think I'm gonna use Zoom more often, like right after this. Okay. See you. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Ada, sir.
Dadah.